So the area here along the Cambodia-Thailand border, economically, it's quite poor. Every day, literally thousands cross the border into Thailand in the hope of work. We know that migration is always going to happen in this area just because of the economic reality. We know that around 25% of the people who cross the border looking for work will fit the criteria for trafficking. They will be either restricted in their movement, they'll be physically abused, or they'll be not paid for their work. Labour trafficking has a wide range of consequences. Probably the worst end of the spectrum is, at the moment, the Thai fishing industry, where men will be put on the boats and they're drugged to keep working to 20 to 22 hours a day. They're fed only just enough to stay alive, and they're discarded as soon as they're not useful anymore. I met a young boy the other day who was telling me his dad was going to come home, he's looking forward to seeing his dad. I asked, how long haven't you seen your dad? 8 years. I haven't seen my dad for 8 years. I said, where is your dad? My dad's on a fishing boat. I know his father's never coming home. What do you do for a boy whose whole hope is hoping one day he'll get to meet his dad, knowing he never will? The solution to trafficking is definitely here in the village. Most trafficking, most times when people make a bad decision, it becomes because of a financial imperative. A broker comes through and speaks of $10 a day wages, which here is like gold. And so a group of men will go across the border, maybe some women as well, and we know that 25% of them at least will not get paid for their work or may not even come back. So the village then is depleted of its prime workforce. That is where you become vulnerable to sex trafficking. To solve all of that, to solve the sex trafficking, to solve the labour trafficking, we do it here in the village. This is where it happens, by securing families, by securing their income, and by teaching them how to live.
Samaritan's Purse began by focusing on prevention and education, working with communities to identify safe migration strategies. But we also began to realize that people needed tools to have an option to stay at home in their home community. The staff has been working for several years in about 82 border communities here in Cambodia, and they're making a real difference in people's lives. They're sharing the hope of Jesus, they're affirming that God cares for every person, and they're helping thousands and thousands of people realize that they can make a better choice. We
also have programs that promote savings groups to empower communities to not get into that debt So often debt is your first trigger for unsafe migration.
We also have a bus campaign where we're sharing movies about safe migration with people as they're on their journey to Thailand or elsewhere. And we have a radio call-in show that is weekly, and it reaches a listening audience of 600,000 people.
Every time we teach a lesson, whether it's on safe migration or whether it's livelihoods or chickens, included in that is the hope of Christ. No program is going to change a nation. The gospel, the hope of Christ is going to change a nation. All 24 provinces of Cambodia are having people who are migrating to Thailand. All 24 provinces are suffering exploitation and trafficking. So though we are having a very positive impact here, we now know it's imperative that we expand the program across the whole of the country. If we can make a generation who is not bearing that scar, is not carrying that emotional and mental and physical trauma, the country will be stronger and the country will move on to a better future.